This is Paul for Redneck Sports. I believe that everybody should win in life, or at least attempt to. The first three maxims of General Robert Neyland's game maxims, I believe apply to everybody. The team that makes the fewest mistakes will win. Play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. If at first the game or the breaks go against you, don't let up. Put on more steam. Welcome to the channel. Now let's discuss some sports. Like, subscribe, comment. Show what your opinion is. Let me know if you like what you've seen. And I thank you for your support. I am well aware that there are a lot of you that are offended by the opening ceremony that the French held for the Olympics. Fine. I thought that because kids were watching the opening ceremony, the menage a trois was exceedingly in poor taste because kids were watching it. This was not an adults only thing. And any parent that had to explain that, I feel sorry for them. The Last Supper thing, well, I didn't know what it was when I saw it. I didn't care what it was. I had another thought that as I am a redneck, a Gen Xer, somebody who grew up adoring people like George Carlin, Mel Brooks, and so many others that would be so offensive to so many nowadays. Heck, I'll even admit to having liked Eminem for a long time. My first thoughts are not going to go on this video. Mostly because, well, I would get a community strike on YouTube and yeah, it would be bad. It would be bad on so many levels. I don't like Lady Gaga too much. So I was like, on that. I thought a lot of it was original and fun. Celine Dion performing was amazing to me because I love Celine Dion. But the opening ceremony is not all the Olympics. The Olympics are far more than the opening ceremony. And if you're not watching the Olympics because of the opening ceremony, you are missing out. Not to mention, beyond a few of the athletes, you're not supporting people that deserve your support. Heck, I support more than just American athletes. The American athletes are amazing this year. But you're missing the point of the Olympics. The Olympics are to support our athletes. It's a time for us in a non-violent way to come together as a nation and support our nation. And you're missing out because of that. And we're going to go into some of the second day athletics that happened today. But you're seriously missing out, folks. Let's talk about women's gymnastics. Women's gymnastics are far more popular than men's gymnastics. And I have loved women's gymnastics since I was 9 years old watching Mary Lou Retton. If you're not watching the Olympics this year, you missed Simone Biles with a calf injury. We don't know how bad it is, but She didn't. She was one of the highest scores for every one of the four disciplines that women's gymnastics has to do. Matter of fact, she was probably the highest score for the vault, and this is with the calf injury. You missed the performance by the Brazilian team. And let me tell you something, the Brazilian team is somebody to watch. I don't remember the last name of the one Brazilian lady, but her first name is Flavia. Her floor performance was amazing. She made one mistake, but the rest of her performance had everybody celebrating. You missed Haiti having a single female gymnast out there performing for them, which from what I understand, it's a first. You missed an Indonesian lady performing for her country. She was the first and only, and she had just come back from an ACL tear. Her leg was wrapped up. She couldn't do anything but be able to do the uneven bars. And let me tell you, it may not have been the best, but she can say she's an Olympian now. Women's gymnastics today was amazing. It was something that you should watch. I'm sure it will be on YouTube. If you have Peacock, watch it on there. You're missing out. You really are on the women's gymnastics side. I'm a big fan of Jade Carey. I was saddened by what happened to her with the floor exercise, but what she did on the vault was amazing. Italy gave a great performance. You folks are missing out if you're not watching. Women's gymnastics today really was A+. Swimming today. If you missed out, fellow Tennessean Gretchen Walsh set a world record and Olympic record today, but that was in the semifinals. When she gets to the finals, she gets beat out by Husk, who she had missed out on a medal 3 years ago in Tokyo, and she pushed herself and won gold. So there was gold and silver that went American. The 400 medley you saw a Frenchman win it. You should have heard the crowd. Oh my Lord, you should have heard the crowd. Oh, but an American came in and he got bronze. This was his first medal for this young man. It was great to watch. You missed, if you didn't watch, Nick Fink winning a silver. He was the oldest person to win a silver in his race. Oldest person. His silver, he got it tied. He tied the world record holder for the race. Both of them were beat by an Italian man. Adam Patey did a good race. Nick Fink did a good race. Folks, the swimming today, holy cow. Wow. I can't speak highly enough. The swimming that we are having this year, Katie Ledecky needs to win 2 more medals, and she will be the most decorated female of all time. She didn't race today, but get back on there, get back to watching the Olympics for her and celebrate her. These are inoffensive people. Nick Fink is 31 years old. This is his first medal that he's ever won. His wife is a gold medal winner. She's pregnant right now. He is a project manager for an engineering company. And here he is working hard every day to be able to get to the point that at 31 years old, he won a silver. Gretchen Walsh setting that record today, but then getting beat by Tori Husk. That race was awesome to watch. Leon Marchand, the Frenchman, who, by the way, is like 22 years old. He was trained by both Michael Phelps and Michael Phelps' coach. He broke Phelps' last record last year. That was the last record that Michael Phelps had that hadn't been broken. You ought to have heard the crowd. Oh, I can't say that enough. You ought to have heard the crowd. The 400 IM medley. Whoo! That was a race. It was Marchand and then everybody else. It really was. And we won a bronze in that race. The Australian and American competition with each other is going strong. And there's more swimming this week. Really, truly. Watch it. Get back to watching. You'll love it. Now, you have to be, if you're not a basketball fan, okay, fine. The USA-Serbian basketball game today. Wow. The Serbians were pushing hard before the Americans were able to finally just take the game away. But that game was wild to watch. That was really nice to watch. Lee Kiefer won another gold in fencing. If you don't know who she is, seriously. Well, you have to be a fencing fan. Fencing is interesting. A Frenchman won the silver in the men's competition today in fencing. We had a lady in mountain biking get a silver. First time an American's won anything higher than a bronze in mountain biking. There was water polo, there was handball, there was beach volleyball. In other words, all kinds of sports that you can get into. There was skateboarding. I didn't watch a lot of the skateboarding. That's not my sport to watch. But the Americans showed up and showed out. Archery was today. South Koreans, oh my lord, South Koreans are a powerhouse when it comes to archery. Watched a little bit of that. Got a little bored, I'll admit to it. But I'm not an archery person unless I'm actually doing it. Tennis, Coco Gauff got to the second round. She won today. Rafael Nadal, professional tennis player, he got to the second round. He won his match to go to the second round in singles. It was a good day to watch the athletes today. And so many of them have so many interesting stories. And these aren't all professionals. Yes, the basketball players are. Yes, several of these athletes are. But a lot of these athletes are there to compete for their country. They love the sport that they compete in. And wow. Now look, you can be offended by that opening ceremony. You can take my stance on it, that there were good parts, there were bad parts. But it was an opening ceremony. okay. But if you're not supporting Americans that are up there, they're doing this for our nation. Yes, some of them get paid. Some of them don't get paid. There is a female boxer who's in the Army. There are other athletes that are competing in these Olympics that are part of our military. They're willing to defend our country. They're also willing to represent our country. Quit looking at it as there being only one way to consider it. Look at it as these folks are up there representing us, and they deserve our support. You may not like all of them. Heck, I don't even support just our country. The Brazilian women's gymnastics team is amazing to watch. I love watching them, and I support them. I won't support them over the American women, but I still support them. I love what they were able to do today. There is a female diver that I will be supporting that is British. Leon Marchand. I was supporting him today because, heck, the man deserves support. Ladies and gentlemen, the Olympics are massive. The opening ceremony is just a small part of what the Olympics are, and they aren't even what the Olympics represent. The opening ceremony represents the country that they are in, not the athletes. They're a spectacle, but so are the athletics involved. There are people up there that are representing our nation. They deserve our support. They do this for the love of their sport. Even if they get paid, they're getting paid to do what they love. And they decided that they were going to take their love and put it into the red, white, and blue for Americans. I don't know what all the colors are for the Brazilian flag. I don't know. I know it's green, but I'm not sure if it's called a specific shade. But that's just it. You can enjoy what's going on there. This is a time for us to come together, not to sit here and bicker with one another. And take it at that. Take it as something for all of us to get together and enjoy, because it's the Olympics, and there's something special, in my opinion. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. I want you to think about everything I said. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.